Hello, my name is Coach Ryan Lewis. I'm the adapted PE teacher here at Venice High School. I've been teaching adapted PE for 19 years. I got into the field, actually my dad was an adapted PE teacher for 40 years. My brother's also an adapted PE teacher. So I grew up, then I got a call to try what I call adapted PE, that's what I teach. And from the day one, figured out this is what I wanted to do for life. The energy, the love, and the response you get back from the kids is amazing. I want to do no other job. This is the best job for myself, there's no other job in the world that I would do. It gives me, let's see, how can I say it? It gives me joy. It's just a blessing.
Hi, my name's Chad Clafter and I'm a special education teacher at Venice High School. I have 11 kids with moderate to severe disabilities. We have a program where we teach our students life skills and social skills and how to navigate the community. We do math, science, some other various activities, social studies. And you know, we're just here learning how to improve our skills, how to go over things, how to live outside of school. We're preparing them and we're getting them ready just to go out into the community, how to do survival skills. We do small groups. We work whole group instruction. And yeah, we're just trying to improve them, make them as successful as possible and be independent as possible.
Okay, hi, I'm Mr. Zimmerman. I am a special ed teacher here at Venice High School. Why I got involved in special needs was the question. I mean, it's been a long time. But I would just say this, I myself have certain learning disabilities and also, you know, and that sort of translates into whatever sort of like struggles I've had in my life, which made me, in combination with the education that I had growing up, very sensitive to kids' needs. And so I've always sort of naturally gravitated towards helping kids. I always worked with kids. And I feel in some way like it was a calling because I just have a way of communicating that I think is important, and I want to use it to help kids that I know I can.
I feel very good. I feel very humble being in this field, and I just chose to do it first off to give back to the place that gave me a lot, and also to kids who a lot of times go unheard, go unseen, and giving them the opportunity to be a part of things that they're usually not accustomed to, being a part of helping with football, helping with athletics, and then just being more exposed to the other side of the campus. I feel we have a lot of support from our administration. They communicate very effectively. Our coordinator used to be a special education teacher, so she's very aware of all the needs that we have in our programs, so we feel very supportive when it comes to that. All right. Whenever you see students or other teenagers that are a little different from you, don't just think that they don't have a say, that they might be a little abnormal, a little not different than what they're used to, but they have feelings, they have skills, they have personalities, they're able to do a lot of things that we're able to do. They bring me joy every day. Sometimes I come in here angry at my football players, and then I see my kids and they bring me back down to reality. We just need to give them a chance and treat everybody like equals.
Hi, my name is Eli Davidow. I work for special ed, and I've been doing special ed for about a little bit more than 15 years. I started to work for special ed by accident. It was never one of my goals to work for special ed. I was terrified to work with the special ed population. In my personal life, it had taught me to be patient, caring, and compassionate. And not only with the special ed kids, but also with my personal life. It taught me how to be a better person. You know, one of my goals is, I think, and one of our goals for all of us who work in this field is to make sure that our kids become independent. Because we're here to help them to grow and to eventually have a life on their own when they become adults. I love my job. Like I said, I don't think I ever wanted to work for special ed, but it's one of the best places I think I ever work. And when I meet people, and I meet people in the district that do all the kind of jobs, I always say, you should try special ed. It's not as scary as it sounds, you know. And then, like I tell you, you become very compassionate and very caring, not only on the professional level, but also on the personal level. It had taught me a lot about myself and how to be a better person.
Hi, my name is Becky Fung-Hu. The kids call me Miss Becky. I am a special education assistant teacher here at Venice High School. I've been doing this for 28 years. I started in regular ed and found interest in helping children with special needs. And that was, I want to say, 1996. So I had already done a few years in the general ed classroom. My reason for doing this career is because when I was young, I'm from Chicago, I got to read, and students were fully included like in a separate room, so there was no separation. So everyone that had a special need or disability was put into one room. And so they used to ask kids to volunteer to read to them. And I was 10 years old, and I would go into this room and read with them. And I found it so rewarding. I felt like I was doing something good. And so that was my reasoning, I believe, that I got into special education. And I really enjoy helping kids succeed in that population, because I feel like it's an extra challenge for them. They have academic challenges, physical challenges, challenges at home that all students deal with. And I believe my spirit and joy with them is just helping them lift them up and give them some type of encouragement every day, and no matter what I'm going through. And my goal is to continue to help them succeed and to help them grow into the young adults that they will be. And hopefully they'll remember me and all the things that I taught them and experienced with them.
So my name is Drake Witham, and I'm a special ed teacher. I teach U.S. history, economics, and government. So when I first started teaching 8 years ago, my son had just been born, and he was born 3 months premature. So he was very tiny, and it just made me think about, what it would be. We didn't know how he would develop and that sort of thing. And I also wanted to go into teaching. I got into teaching a little later. So that was an area that interested me. So I wanted to be able to help students, of all different backgrounds and, ability levels, but I felt like I'd be good at helping kids that, need a little extra help. Venice has a phenomenal special ed program. Since I've been here, it has a really good reputation for helping kids, different accommodations, and now we have inclusion, which took, some getting used to. I liked having my own class. I liked having, a smaller classroom with just a few students and get to know them better. And I think that's really key with special ed is it's not really about what you're learning, it's about what makes them want to learn. And how do you find the things their areas of interest. Kids are into drawing, kids are into cars, kids sports, movies, whatever it is. And then you can kind of turn that into, this is how this connects to what we're learning. There's a lot of kids come and they're like, well, we're just supposed to we don't really do anything. And that was never what it was. We wrote every day. I always had the high expectations, and I think that was a key, was making sure that just as much as expected of them, even though they have, a learning disability.
I feel great about being part of the special education department. I'm a teacher here, and I'm also department chair. It was really my first choice when I started off as a teaching assistant in a world languages class, and the classroom next door to me was a special needs classroom. And I thought, wow, that's really the kids that I want to work with. When I was a student at Venice High School here years ago, I was a pretty good student. I did well academically. So when I was making my decision on what I wanted to teach, because I was a history major actually in college, I decided I wanted to work with the students that needed the most help. I wanted to work with the most needy kids because I was a good student and I did pretty well. I figured, let me work with the students that need a lot of help because I wasn't that type of student. And it's been very rewarding, the decision I made 28 years ago. Honestly, I think we do a great job. I think that we have a lot of really committed people. We have 12 resource teachers. We have 3 alternative curriculum teachers. So we have a lot of people in our department that work very hard to support our students with special needs. I think we have a great department. We have wonderful teachers, and we work really hard to provide a good program for our most needy students. I would say my favorite part is probably when you're working with students that are not getting a concept or an idea, and sometimes you just see that click, that light bulb come on, and they get it. And they get a little bit of an excitement in their eyes. They get a little bit of a little glimmer in their eyes because you can see that it just clicks in their head and they understand it. And I feel a little bit responsible for that. It makes me feel good when you see that interest and that engagement and an excitement, especially with some students that are not particularly interested in school, but you do a lesson or an activity and they enjoy it and they engage it and they learn something. And to me, that's the biggest payoff is the students that weren't interested or weren't necessarily engaged in school. When that something clicks and they enjoy it or they learn something, that's the reward for being a teacher. Teachers make all other professions possible, and I truly believe that. I think that teachers are not just myself, but all the teachers we have here at Venice High School and around the country are really important, and I hope we cherish them because they make everything else possible.